you're watching My Birthway, and I'm Emma, and this is my 25 weeks pregnant update. So this week, I really feel like my uterus has gotten a whole lot bigger. I feel like we've gone through a really big growth spurt, and, excuse me, I'm getting over feeling like, bleh. I was feeling kind of sick, just normal sick, not like nauseous or anything, pregnant nauseous. So yeah, so I feel like my uterus has really hit a growth spurt this week, and so I think that's one reason why I've had all the other symptoms that I've had. Like I've had some diarrhea, nothing crazy, nothing dehydrating or anything like that, but just a little bit unfun. I feel like I've been bloated a lot, like especially at night. I feel like there is a bowling ball in my stomach and I cannot move. I cannot do anything. It just feels really like, oh my gosh. Also, too, as I'm looking at myself in the video, I feel like my face has definitely gotten fatter, which is totally cool. Like, that's the way it goes. I just feel like it looks more, I don't know, more pregnant, I guess. Which is funny because I always think like, oh, that, because some pregnant ladies don't get as fat of faces. Like, it's just a thing. But I always look at pregnant women and I think, oh, she's to the stage where her face has gotten fatter, if it's pregnant women that I know, which to me is always a positive thing. But their face shape changes for a while as they get bigger, and then it goes back when they're done being pregnant. But I just think it's kind of a cool thing and not upsetting at all. I just think it looks neat. So I've noticed that that's happened to me. I've said that other weeks, but I feel like now it's definitely more like, whoa, you are getting a fatter face. Plus I feel like my arms are getting fatter. Like, I mean, I have strong arms and strong shoulders, but like, some of my muscle I feel like is turning into fat, kind of, and there's more like fat everywhere. I never had this ability to pinch up here because I think my boobs are getting bigger, things like that. So yeah, so I feel like I've been bloating. I feel like this week I just really started waddling. Like when I walk, sometimes it's just like, oh, like I just waddle about when I like do things with the animals. It's like this slow waddling. I'm not really trying to go fast anymore. Those days are gone, which is a weird feeling because I'm usually very fast paced. The talking obviously hasn't slowed down, but the rest, has. And I've had more gas. I've felt a little nauseous sometimes, but it's related to the bloating. I can tell I'm just like, oh, I just feel nauseous. Even if I, didn't eat too much, even if I try to space out the food, still sometimes it's just like, there's not room right now. Things are stretching, catching up, and my body hasn't like gotten used to this one little growth spurt, Also, too, I was coughing earlier, but this past week was, I think Jason and I were both kind of sick. I don't really know what it was, but at first I thought it was maybe allergies, and maybe it was, and I don't really have allergies, except I remember every year since we moved out to the country, it's been 4 years, I actually do have a couple weeks of kind of allergies, and I always forget, and it's just snottiness and cough, and then it goes away, and it happens every year during spring, and I forget that that's a thing, and it never used to be until we moved out here. I think there's just a lot more flowering stuff out in the country. So I've been coughing a lot, and I had a really dry throat for a while where I feel like I was going to lose my voice for a couple days, even though I was drinking water, and so I don't exactly know, but I was also really tired, which I know it could be allergies too. So then Jason got a little kind of funny feeling, so I don't know exactly what it was, but I didn't feel great this past week just because I felt really sleepy and really kind of out of it. So it was just kind of like a bloated, sleepy, weird kind of thing, like that kind of week. Okay, also one last thing that happened this week that I noticed anyway, just like last week, I think I noticed the like layer of fat above my butt. I noticed when I stick out my legs straight, I can like squeeze above my knee. And there's like this layer of fat above my knee, like right there, like almost on my knee, that I have never noticed before, that just like appeared. And my legs don't really look that different than they did before, but now I have found that layer of fat and it's like weird. Like there's just a different texture than before. It's like so much. So I think that's kind of funny. But that's the 25 weeks update. It's just been kind of a week of trying to just hobble around, waddle around, and get used to the fact that I'm getting bigger and things are stretching and like, whoa, kind of crazy feeling. But it's been a good week and now that I feel better, it's been much better. So that's the update for this week, and I will see you next week for the 26 weeks update. Okay, bye.